That's right. Like many of you, we've been using copper wire cable for years for our internet. And it's improved over time. Download speeds have gotten pretty good. But the problem is, upload speeds are not that great. And if you're working at home and trying to transfer a file, or like us doing YouTube videos and uploading a video to YouTube, it can sometimes take hours to upload that material. So we've decided to make the switch. We're switching from copper cable to fiber optics. And the difference is copper cable sends, if you didn't know this, sends the data through copper lines with electricity, while the fiber optics sends the information by pulses of light through thin strands of glass. And the big benefit is that with fiber optics, you can get some very impressive download speeds. And the upload speeds equal the download speeds. So what used to take an hour to upload a file may only take a minute. Now, I thought it'd be useful and interesting to show you the process of switching from cable to fiber optics. And we're working with HTC. In our area, they do pure fiber optics for internet. And we're going to have them switch us over. And we'll show you what the process is all about. Now, the first thing I did is I went to HTC's website and I tried to sign up for new service, and everything was working online signing up, but at the last minute I was kicked out. I don't know why. So then I called them up and it was very easy. I signed up for service right over the phone, and they even gave me an installation date. But 24 hours after that phone call, I received a call from a gentleman who worked for HTC, and he said he was coming to my house to install the fiber optics. That was pretty quick. That was only within 24 hours. Now the good news, and I didn't realize this, he said there was already a conduit to run the fiber optics from the street to my house. And I was away when he came here, but it seemed like it took him only about an hour or so. And the only digging that I saw was right around the base here where all of our utilities come in. Otherwise, there was no digging that I could see on the lawn. And when I got home, I found this box, which is new. And this is from HTC. It's their fiber optic junction box. Here's the fiber optic cables and the pipe going down underground. Now, I had a concern because if the box is right here, I know they just put a hole in the wall and set everything up on the other side. But let me show you what's on the other side of this wall. It's the guest bedroom, and the last thing I wanted was to have the equipment, the router, and everything set up right here in the guest bedroom because my office is on the other side of this wall. So I went down to our local HTC office and I asked them about the final install, how it was going to work. And the person there couldn't answer my question, but she had one of the engineers who do the installs give me a call. And they called me in about an hour. So the engineer asked me, where's my office? And I told him, and he said, what they can do is run a wire up the wall, into the attic, through the attic, and down the wall into my office. And all for no extra charge. Yes, believe it or not, the installation is free as long as you keep their service for at least a year. And that step of the install, the final install, should happen in about 2 weeks. And at that point, we will be getting rid of copper cable.
That's right, we're kicking cable to the curb.
Okay, so it's been about a week since they ran the fiber optic cables to the house. And today another fella came over from HTC for about an hour and spliced those cables together. Let's go over to the side of the house and take a look. So what he did was work on the cables that were here. You can see they're no longer outside this box. He did some kind of splicing inside the box and put everything in. Now the next step, which will happen about a week from now, is to run the cables up into the house, into the office, and get everything set up. And like I said, that's scheduled to happen about a week from now, and then at that point we'll have the high-speed fiber optic internet. And I must say HTC has been very good at keeping me updated on what's going on. Through text messages, emails, and on my account at their website, I know exactly what's going to happen, and what the process is going to be. So far, so good. Hey, good morning. Well, today's the big day. Today they install the fiber optic internet. This is the last step, and we're ready for them. We've already cut back our bushes so that they have an easy work environment. We've pulled down the attic stairs so they can get up into the attic. And we pulled the desk away from the wall so that they can install the fiber optic modem, which is called an OTM, an optical network terminal. And if you have pets, don't forget to have them secure and away from the workers.
Who, me?
Now our appointment time is this morning, and the installer should be calling us when he's on his way. Fingers crossed that everything's going to work out.
Bye-bye, cable.
Okay, so the installer arrived right on time. We went over where I want to install the internet. You do have a choice with HTC. You can use your old router, which I'm going to do. Or if you don't want to do that, they will supply you free of charge a mesh wireless system for your house. And they could do that if I wanted to. But so I don't have to change passwords and access points. I'm just going to use my router, which has worked very well and is relatively new. So far, so good. Okay, all finished. It took them about an hour and a half. One fella did the whole install. Let's walk around and let me show you what they did. So on the side here, he put a very good, did a very nice connection. He ran the wire from the box here, as you can see, up and drilled a hole and then put the fiber optic wire into the attic. But you can see it's a nice install. I've seen a lot of installs online where they just ran the wire and left the wire exposed. But you can see they put it in a nice conduit and have a nice connection up at the side of the wall there. And then he went up into the attic from the drop-down stairs in the garage, and then crawled through the attic to get to where you see the light over there, and that's roughly where the wall is for the office. He drilled a hole from the top and he dropped the cable down. So let's see what he did in the office. As I said, he ran the fiber line down through the wall, and the fiber optics came out through this hole. He put the hole in, they put this junction box, and this is also a fiber optic line which runs across to the new fiber optic modem. And this is what they call the OTN, the optical network terminal. So you can see the fiber optic line comes in and it comes out in the form of an Ethernet cable that plugs into the back. And then that runs up to my router, which you can see on top of the desk. And just like with the cable internet, it plugs into the same port of the router. So now let's turn on the computer and check the speeds. And as you can see, the upload speed, which used to be around 500, is now close to 860, 870. And the upload speed, which was a real issue, that was very low before. And now it's almost up to a gig, 916, 920. That's great. That will really improve the upload time to bring up large files and uploading YouTube. And again, as part of the package, they will supply you free of charge wireless nodes throughout the house. I think they supply 2, which would connect with the modem and then do things wirelessly. But I wanted to use my old router, and the reason being is it works very well. It's relatively new. And by doing it this way, I didn't have to do any setups and redo passwords or anything like that, create new accounts. I just plugged everything in and everything works perfectly. So hopefully this video will help someone else who's thinking of converting from the old copper wire internet to fiber optics for better performance and speed. And again, I was very pleased with HTC, the fact that they would actually go into the attic and run the wire down through the wall into my office. So I would have to recommend them, and the service seems pretty good so far. So until next time, safe travels.